Okay, so this pertains to 11.7. It's the applications of the normal distribution that we were just learning about in the previous videos. So let's start right away and show you an application. Basically, that means it's a word problem. Okay, let's get a bigger screen, slightly bigger at least. And let's get our pencil. And we're ready to go. This is applications of normal distribution. Let me put that up on as the title. Applications, and like I said, it's 11.7, and it has to do with homework number 14. Applications of of the normal distribution. Okay, so it turns into a word problem, so I'm going to have to write that whole thing down. Distribution. Here it is. We'll call it problem number 1, as we usually do. And let's say you've got a package of cookies. You've got a company that's got package of cookies. Oreos is the example. Let's take it. It's easier to write than cookies. Packages of Oreos they're normally distributed because they have packaging, right? So they have weights. So they're normally distributed with a mean their average weight. Their average is equal to 518 grams. 518 grams is what their package has. The standard deviation that they have is 4 grams. Okay, here's the question. There's the given. Here's the question. Find the percentage. Right, so it's a word problem. We're going to have to use what we learned previously in a word problem. Find the percentage of packages that will weigh less than 500. They have on their package, it says 510. They want to know how many people are going to call up and complain that will weigh, and they actually do the weighing, and will complain that it will weigh less than 510 grams, because that's what they have on their package. It says 510 grams, or supposedly it does. Okay, so here's what you do to solve this problem. First, we got to get a z-score so that we can use the that normal distribution curve that we were using before. So to get a z-score, what we need is our data item, which is 510. So our data item is 510. Our mean is right over here. Our mean is, I don't know why I did that, but I forgot to put the last part of the equal. So let me just put it over here. That the mean is 518, sorry, 518. Let me just forget that. So our mean, there we have the x is right over here, 510, where the mean is here, and the standard deviation is right there. So what are we always supposed to do? We're supposed to use our z-score formula, which in this case will take the data item 510 minus the mean, which is 518, divided by the standard deviation, which is 4. That gets us -8 divided by 4, which is equal to -2. Okay, so that means that 510, here's the curve basically, 510 is going to be below -2. Below -2 is where 510 is going to be, right? Less than, it's going to be below. These are weights of the packages, and below that is going to be less than -2. Okay, so we need to find the shaded area. How much percentage of these packages are going to be below -2, below 510 grams? How many are going to be in this area right over here? That's what we need to measure. So we go back to what we learned before. We want to know everything to the right. We want to know, everything that is to the left of -2. Everything to the left. right? So we want everything to the left of z equals -2. Go look up, so how much is this? We talked about this exact case. How much is this worth? This is worth 0.500, right? So this whole thing is worth 0.500 right here, 0.500. We don't want this whole thing. We don't want this whole thing. We just want this piece. So we have to subtract out this piece. So we take the 0.500, we look up -2 in that table that we have, which I'm just going to tell you how much it's worth, and you look it up, it's going to turn out to be 0.477. You look up 2, you look up the plane 2, and you see it's 0.477, but we don't want this 0.477. We only want this, so we subtract it out of the 500. And what do we get? It's equal to 0.023. That's how much is in a decimal. What was the question? The question is, find the percentage of packages that will weigh less than 510, less than 510. The percentage. Change the decimal into percent, move it over 1, 2, and it's 2.3% of those packages are going to be less. I mean, it's sort of probabilistic. It's a statistic. We can't be absolutely guaranteed that it's exactly this, but it's basically, that's what we're assuming is going to happen. Basically this are less than 510 grams. There is our final answer. It's a word problem using what we just learned about z-scores. Okay, that's for 11.7. That helps you for homework 14. Should be pretty much equipped for homework 14. We stop this video here.